This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, a wind turbine project that's dividing the community gets an earring at a resource consent hearing. A study reveals we're more at risk of a type of skin cancer gene mutation, and researchers say we should be worried. And gender and sexual diversity is celebrated on campus with a little bit of sweetener added for good measure. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. The 8-year process to build a 3-turbine wind farm near Waitati is coming to a head at the Dunedin City Council. Planners, experts, supporters and those opposed to the development are involved in a resource consent hearing which began this morning. And it seems a controversial concept is dividing the community.
Blowing in the wind. A resource consent committee is hearing submissions in relation to the wind farm being proposed by Blueskin Energy Limited. It's attracting support and opposition from nearby residents, which isn't surprising to developers.
The Blueskin community always contests any project. I mean, the eco-sanctuary development was hotly debated, highly contested, and is now universally lauded in the community. Similarly, the Blueskin library development was highly criticised, highly debated, and is now a community asset that is used and is celebrated.
Willis says construction alone of the 3-turbine wind farm on Porteous Hill will bring $1 million into the local economy. That's just the beginning of what's set to boost the wider neighbourhood.
There's effectively a large number of contracts that will have to be let for building infrastructure, so fixing up roads, ensuring the road is accessible, building the transmission, building the foundations. 39
Dunedin News approached people opposed to the $6 million project, but none wished to speak on camera. Green Party co-leader and proud Waitati resident, Materia Ture, is due to give her submission as a resident tomorrow, but is getting the lay of the land.
I think that it's a very exciting community project, and I understand that not everybody agrees and that those who live closest to it will have concerns, but this is what the resource consent process is for, to address those concerns, and I hope to both approve their consent but also make sure there's good mitigation for the community.
Ture says the proposal fits with her personal beliefs relating to climate issues. She says communities in Wellington, Auckland and at Parihaka are looking to follow Waitati's lead.
Every piece of distributed renewable energy that we engage in, whether it's a wind farm, 3 wind turbines, or whether it's solar on your roof or energy efficiency in your home, it all contributes to dealing with the effects of climate change. And every one of us has a responsibility to do what we can. And as a community, Blueskin, we can really make a big difference with this wind farm.
Willis is hoping that message resonates with opponents.
Climate change is here. It's time to cooperate and take action.
Council planners are recommending consent be granted for the wind farm. The hearing's due to finish tomorrow or Thursday. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
St John is requesting extra paid staff to be employed in Dunedin where there's concern about the use of single crewed ambulances. The government is reportedly reviewing allocations for St John employees throughout the country. In Dunedin there are 40 paid staff and 60 volunteers. They're supported by another 6 workers and 16 volunteers in Mosgiel. Growing demand for services means St John sometimes has to resort to sending a single crewed ambulances to jobs at night. That happens when all available staff and volunteers have already worked 14 hours within a 24-hour period. It's not known when the government will make a decision on funding. South Islanders are more at risk of a particular type of gene mutation in melanomas than North Island residents. That finding by local researchers is shedding new light on the topic of skin cancer, and they say Southerners should be worried.
Searching skin deep. This local researcher is partly responsible for the latest revelation about melanomas and associated gene mutation in Kiwis.
South Islanders are different to the North Islanders because they have a higher rate of NRAS mutations in the DNA of the melanomas. So that is a real surprise to us because We were not expecting South Islanders to be any different from the North Island or from the rest of the world.
An Otago-led team of academics completed the first comprehensive genetic analysis of melanoma in New Zealand. More than 500 patients from throughout the country were tested over the last 5 years. The most common type of mutation in New Zealand is also the most common overseas, and rates don't really vary nationally. But with the NRAS gene, mutations were found in 38% of South Islanders and just 21% of North Islanders.
I think it has to be something to do with the environment, and it's most likely to do with the radiation, the sun's radiation.
Professor Eccles says the North Island rate is similar to that in other countries, but the higher occurrence in the South Island sticks out like a sore thumb. It's not a good look for the area or its residents.
But these NRAS mutations are making the skin seem older, or they're equivalent to the skin being older. So I think that says that in the South Island we should be very concerned about the amount of sun exposure that we're getting in certain parts of the year.
New treatments are being investigated for the uncommon mutation, but none have been developed as yet. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
The wild wind has died down and power has been restored to all customers cut off in last night's storm. Delta staff say there were 2 line outages on the Aurora network as a result of severe weather conditions late yesterday. The first was in Outram, affecting about 35 customers on and around Scroggs Hill. The second power cut between Ravensbourne and St Leonards impacted almost 600 properties in the area. Staff say the network is once again fully operational. University of Otago students are embracing their differences this week with help from the OUSA. The Students' Association is running Diversity Week to raise awareness around varying gender and sexuality preferences. And a little bit of sugar is making the message go down.
Celebrating diversity. A cupcake decorating competition has had tertiary students engaging with their creative sides at the OUSA's Queerest Tea Party. It was one of several events happening this week to raise awareness of differences in gender, sexuality and sex on campus.
Yeah, so I guess we're aiming to achieve celebration and fun, education and awareness of some of the issues that are still on campus. Yep, so really just wanting to create a supportive, inclusive environment for all of our students.
This year, the controversial topic of gender-neutral toilets is being addressed during the OUSA's Diversity Week. Several amenities are being set up as gender-neutral as a way to make the campus more inclusive for students with varying preferences and orientations.
We did a survey a couple of years ago on campus and we found that our queer students still were facing more harassment, particularly verbal harassment, than other students.
Today is International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia and Biphobia. Activities being put on by the Students' Association are not only raising awareness, but also funds for a local youth group called Alphabet Soup.
It's really so we can continue to run our youth group, and our youth groups for anyone LGBT or questioning aged 12 to 18, and it's just a place to come and get social support, really, to meet other young people in the community and find those connections.
It's all about eliminating prejudice and fear on campus and uniting all students despite their differences. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we take a look at a festival that'll have you swinging, and Orokonui Eco Sanctuary is up for a national award. Details soon.
Dog with Two Tails Cafe and Bar on Moray Place. Proud supporters of New Zealand Music Month May 2016.
Hi, this time of year we like to keep our customers warm and comfortable, and we sell a lot of moleskins and we've got them all on special. Check out these, Tussock Cream, 2 weights and they're a great price. We also sell Lee stretch moleskins, 5 different colours, short and regular. Great buying, moleskins, Alex Campbell Menswear, 3 stores.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
For professional, reliable and approachable service where your dream kitchen design can become an affordable reality, contact the team at Kitchens for Less. Call 455 9973 or visit us online. New Zealand Beeswax Limited are the quintessential beeswax, woodware and beekeeping suppliers. From the amateur beekeeper to the commercial operator, New Zealand Beeswax Limited has the quantity to meet your needs. For great prices, great service New Zealand-wide, contact New Zealand Beeswax Limited on 03 693 9189 or visit www.beeswax.co.nz.
It's on again. The Star Regent 24-hour book sale starts noon 10th June. Don't miss out!
She's 21 metres long with a 6.7 metre beam. She can support diving, seafloor mapping and sampling, deep water measurements, and has onboard laboratories. She has a range of 1,000 nautical miles, which means the Polaris 2 can take your studies further than you ever thought possible. My name's Will Raymond, and this is My Place in the World.
Take your place in the world.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Oamaru's Fire and Steam is a unique family event coinciding with the Steampunk New Zealand Festival. Fire and Steam is being held Friday the 3rd of June from 6:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. The festival is to celebrate fire, steam, sound, light and music. Harbour Street will come alive. An annual event not to be missed.
Welcome back. Farm sales are dropping off, although in most cases the price per hectare is increasing. Nationally, there's been a 16% drop in farm sales over the last year, but the median price per hectare has risen to around $30,000 overall. Dairy is bucking that trend, with values falling 13.6% in the last 12 months. In Otago, there's steady activity in finishing and grazing properties, but a cautious buyer approach seems to be slowing sales. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 61 points, it's now at 6,975. The Nikkei is up 118 points. To the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is down against the Australian and the pound. We're up against the greenback, the yen and the euro. A new festival is set to entertain and engage locals this winter with a showcase of vintage dancing. The Swing Riot event will involve competitions, displays and workshops, and events coordinator Simon Christie joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
What is Swing Riot?
Swing Riot is a local community of swing dancers, which is a form of old dancing, old time sort of 20s and 30s and 40s style jazz dancing.
Okay. How many locals are regularly involved?
We have roughly 30 of sort of regular people who are involved, and we have a number of others who are coming through the ranks quite quickly, so we're a growing community at the moment.
What will be on offer for the public during the festival?
Well, the festival is going to be held over an entire weekend. from the 17th to the 20th of June, which coincides with the Midwinter Carnival. And we're going to be hosting a Friday night ball at the Savoy, which is going to be a big showcase and a great sort of event to tag along if you've never seen swing dancing in action before. Then we have also got workshops, which will be taught by teachers from around New Zealand. Some fantastic dancers are coming down specifically for this event. They'll be teaching workshops in all these different styles that we call swing dancing. On the Saturday, on the Sunday, and also on the Saturday night we're hosting the South Island competitions, which is quite a privilege for us to be involved in. That's at Toitu on the Saturday night. And then on the Sunday night we also have another event, which is called a Wine, Dine and Dance, which is at the local restaurant Etrusco. And that's going to be, kind of there's going to be live music at that. It's going to be a fantastic event.
What's the reasoning behind holding this festival?
Mostly just passion. We're a non-profit organisation, so we just we've got a passion for this form of dancing and for the music and the culture around it. So we really just want to promote that and bring it into the spotlight a bit more in Dunedin and around New Zealand.
Has the group staged any public events before?
We have, yes. We had an event called the Vintage Street Swing Festival last year, which was a great success with swing dancing communities all around New Zealand last year. We were also involved in the Vogel Street Party last year, which was another big success, and we do regular events around Dunedin, such as at the Dog with Two Tails. We have weekly social dancing events as part of the Jazz in the Pocket nights, which I actually organise.
Are you expecting many out-of-towners to attend?
We are, actually. So far we have people coming from Auckland, Christchurch, Invercargill, Timaru and Wellington, so yeah.
Are you working with the Midwinter Carnival?
We are, yep. We're doing some sort of dance routines which are going to be part of the actual parade.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Can interested locals learn to swing dance in preparation?
They can, actually, yep. There's a new block of beginner classes. If you've never done it before, you can come along to those, which are held at the King Edward Court Irish Beat Dance Studio. On Thursdays from 7 till 8, I believe the timing is, and there's also other classes which will be on Tuesdays for those who want to who've got that basic knowledge and want to continue. So.
How long have you been involved?
I've been involved for about 18 months now. Yep.
What prompted you to get involved?
Well, actually I was overseas in Canada and I came back to New Zealand, didn't really know anyone, so my brother was doing this swing dancing thing, invited me along as a way to sort of socialise, and I just got hooked. It was great. So.
The costumes must be fabulous.
Yeah, we do. It's a great excuse to, if you like dressing up either as a man or a woman, it's great. It's brilliant, yeah.
Swing Riot Events Coordinator Simon Christie, good luck with the festival. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, a local conservation project is nominated for a Green Ribbon Award, and we meet the Dunedin woman who's launching her music career in the midst of the country's Music Month.
Sir Bob Charles, New Zealand's greatest golfer and still going strong.
I'm sure that Sportsville was a contributing factor to my success, and I'll continue to use it.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville, a product so good he puts his name to it.
Well, I believe Sportsville helps maintain your quality of life.
Now being used by active men and women globally to support strength and mobility.
It works for me.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville in the new all-black pack. Call now for the Sportsville special, 0800 502 402.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Finding that your grass seed just won't grow? Ready Lawn has the perfect solution for all those lawn woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 486 1819.
place in the world.
Hi, this time of year we like to keep our customers warm and comfortable, and we sell a lot of moleskins, and we've got them all on special. Check out these, tussock cream, 2 weights, and they're a great price. We also sell Lee stretch moleskins, 5 different colours, short and regular. Great buying, moleskins, Alex Campbell Menswear, 3 stores.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Dog with Two Tails Cafe and Bar on Moray Place. Proud supporters of New Zealand Music Month, May 2016.
Oamaru's Fire and Steam is a unique family event coinciding with the Steampunk New Zealand Festival. Fire and Steam is being held Friday the 3rd of June from 6:30pm till 9pm. The festival is to celebrate fire, steam, sound, light and music. Harbour Street will come alive. An annual event not to be missed.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. A couple of local teenagers are heading to Singapore for an international science camp. There are just 4 New Zealanders going on the trip, having been chosen by the Royal Society of New Zealand. Otago Girls High School pupil Hayley Dick is attending with Palmerston resident Nicole McLeod from East Otago High School. They'll be participating in the annual Singapore International Science Camp later this month with 2 students from Auckland. The summit is for senior secondary school pupils from around the world, showcasing groundbreaking science technology with lessons from top academics. A local conservation initiative has been selected as a finalist in this year's National Green Ribbon Awards for environmental protection. Orokonui Eco Sanctuary is one of 3 finalists in the biodiversity protection category. There are 26 organisations and individuals nominated for 9 awards. Orokonui is being recognised for committing to the protection, preservation and restoration of New Zealand's natural biodiversity. It's being seen as a flagship project for the South Island, offering native plants and animals a safe haven from predators. But last year, staff had trouble finding and trapping a rogue stoat that got through or over the reserve's predator-proof fence. Award winners will be announced in early June. A young Dunedin woman is launching her music career in the midst of New Zealand Music Month. Molly Devine is releasing an EP and going on a nationwide tour, and she popped into the Dunedin television studio before leaving town.
Hitting the high notes before hitting the road. Dunedin singer Molly Devine came to the attention of many when she was part of the Tally Ho performance at the Town Hall last year. She graduated with a Masters in Music last weekend, and this week is preparing for another new achievement.
I'm going on my very first tour, well, with my original music, that is. And starting in Wellington, I'm going to go up to Auckland, then we're going to do a bit around the West Coast and Wanaka, and then we've got 4 shows in a row. No, 3 shows in a row. It might be 4. It's a lot of shows in a row when we get back early June in Dunedin.
She says touring during New Zealand's Music Month wasn't originally the plan, but it's a happy coincidence.
Yes, New Zealand Music Month definitely helps. It wasn't actually one of the reasons we put the tour together in this month. We put it together in this month because we were scared the weather would be too bad next month. We really wanted to go on tour.
Devine is touring with fellow Dunedin singer Eleanor Berg, to whom she credits most of the planning.
Elena did a lot of the organising of all of the organising of the South Island part of the tour because she's been on a lot of tours with her band, Lady Mansion and Live Like Lions and Girl on Girl Action. Yeah, so she's been around New Zealand quite a few times.
The backing track to the story is Cinderella, which Devine performed live in the studio at Dunedin Television.
The clock struck 12 and here I am still in my gown. Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella.
It's from Planet Glitter. that she's self-releasing today. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. A resource consent hearing is underway at the City Council for a planned $6 million 3-turbine wind farm near Waitati. Local researchers are shedding new light on the different rates of melanoma gene mutations between North and South Islanders. And University of Otago students are embracing their differences for Diversity Week, celebrating various gender and sexuality preferences. It's time now for a look at what's going to be in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and Phil Somerville joins us. Good evening.
Yes, hi. It's a small sample today. Fighting in the octagon at the taxi stands after big matches and rugby matches, big events. It's a problem. What to do about it? St John and the problem crewing their ambulances. There's been some criticism from someone who says that St John's too corporate and there's too much on that side and should be more on the front line. We've got stories about the weather and the amazing May and for starting snowmaking on the ski fields and a bit of rain, all that sort of stuff. And tomorrow's fresh day, 3 pages full of food, glorious food.
That's all in tomorrow's ODT. Thanks, Phil. Time now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
Here's our city view. It's taken looking out towards the harbour from Portobello. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, 12 degrees for the central city, 13 at the Gardens, 14 out on the Taieri. To the situation, and a strong cool west to southwest flow is still blowing over the country this week. It's interspersed with several cold fronts and troughs of low pressure moving rapidly. Well, to the forecast for the main towns on the lower south for tomorrow, strong southwesters with showers for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau. Just a few showers for Alexandra, but strong southwesters there as well with 11 degrees. And strong southwesters with showers for Queenstown, Wanaka and Twizel, all on 10. Gusty southwesters in Oamaru with brief showers, 11 degrees. And Dunedin tonight, a period of rain with strong westerly winds. Well, that's something to look forward to, isn't it? 7 degrees is tonight's low. Tomorrow, rain easing to showers in the mornings, although some hail is possible. Showers will clear later in the day. Very cold with strong gusty southwesters and 10 degrees. And on Thursday, sunny periods and cool westerlies with a high of 12. To the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, low tide tomorrow morning is at 5 to 8. High tide follows at 20 to 2. And fishing conditions are reasonable, especially at around 10 to 10 tomorrow morning, but if you're going out, please rug up. And that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News for Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.